Hi, good morning. It's Carrie from down in Texas. Happy New Year. It is New Year's Eve. The new year is tomorrow, and I could not be more excited for the new year. I really think that it's going to be a year of change. I pray. I think we're all going to have to really pull together, though, and buckle down and really make some hard decisions as a country, and I truly hope that we can come to the middle and make that decision. So today we're just going to finish up and talk about the products, my favorite products that I'm using, and then I'm going to do a secondary video and attach it to this one, and I'm going to talk in detail about the products that I'm using for my skincare. Because I want to remind you that I'm offering a new service. It is two new services, actually. It is a skincare evaluation and consultation where we will get together via Zoom. If you're local, we could also do that in person and talk about where your skin is, what you want to see change, talk about the products that you're using, and what we can do at your stage in your life with your skin, where we can make some improvements. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is makeup makeovers. So if you are wanting to change your look with the beginning of the year and get more sophisticated, get more natural, whatever the changes that you would like, those are also available for in-person consultations. Obviously, that's not something you can do through Zoom. To a certain extent, we could talk about your products and how you're applying them and that sort of thing, but truly to get the most out of that kind of consultation, it does need to be localized, and I'm near the Houston area, so no more than an hour travel time is what I would consider. So if that's something that you are interested in, let's get together and talk about that and get you on the books for next year. So what have I started with today? Started with my trusty e.l.f. Hydrating Primer. In my opinion, this is the best primer on the market for lots of reasons. The price point obviously is remarkable. It is $7 at your local drugstore or grocery store. For me, I can buy it at either place. I can get it at the drugstore, I can get it at my grocery store, and it's $7. And there is not another, I'm telling you, in my opinion, there is not another hydrating primer that works as good as this. It stays on all day. It absolutely moisturizes my face. My face feels like it is silky when I put it on. And it fills in the lines. That's what I like about it. The fine lines on my face, it fills it in. And for $7, there's nothing better on the market. This is a great first-time primer. So if you're brand new to starting to wear makeup, the price point is phenomenal for you, and it is a great product. Now, there are other e.l.f. primers, not just a hydrating primer. For me, at my stage of my life, this is what I need. But there's a blurring formula and a large pore formula. I think there's 6 or 7 different types of e.l.f. primer, which you can see at your either online or at your store. Then this is a new product that I started this year. This price point is $6. This is a CoverGirl color correcting hydrating primer. And what I love about this is my shade is the pink shade, because I do definitely have pink undertones in my skin. I don't have rosacea, but I do have pink undertones. So for me, this blends all of that out, and I don't have streaky blotches of color after I put this on. And when you put that in combination with the e.l.f. product, my skin feels 100% hydrated, ready for the day. In the heat too of the winter season, it's really important. Everybody at any age type for their skin needs to be using a good primer and moisturizer, because we live in a false environment, right? We live in homes that are falsely heated, and so that can dry out your skin tremendously. By the way, did you grab a coffee? Do you have all your tools ready to go so we can get together today on this last Sunday of 2023? That's really nice to say that, I have to admit. All right. Now, another product that is a new product for me this year, that is I have to say, it's probably the best foundation I have ever used. I knew it was going to be a good product, but I hesitated for quite some time to buy it, for no other reasons than, well, I'm not even going to say that. I just hesitated to buy this foundation for a really long time. It's not the cheapest on the market by any means. It's not the most expensive, however. There are some foundations on the market that are well over $200 a bottle. This one is $40, and it's House Labs. And when I tell you that this feels like silk when I put it on my face, what I love so much about it is I get unbelievable coverage in what feels like a moisturizer. Doesn't feel like foundation. It completely breathes, and it settles in and smooths out all the tiny lines in my face. So I'm getting this very smooth, flat, consistent complexion from this foundation. It lasts all day too. That's the remarkable thing. How such a lightweight product can go all day. It doesn't ever flake. It covers up. I use the lightest color, by the way, and I think, I don't even know how many colors there are. There are a great deal of colors available with this foundation line. And it just makes my skin look and feel 20 years younger. It really, really does. And it covers, but it feels so light, so airy. My face breathes. And for me, at 61, that's really important. I don't want my skin to feel like it's covered up and I'm wearing a mask. I just don't want that. And this product definitely does not give me that sensation. Then my favorite concealer is this one. This is Milani's Pink Concealer. What I love so much about this is I love the applicator. It is a sponge. So you can really get a good amount of product where you want it. And because I can get the pink color, it again also helps with the undertones of my skin to help level it out. Now, I purchased this tube, I think I purchased this tube back in like May. So 7 months ago, and it's just now getting to the point where I'm getting to the end of the product. And if I remember correctly, this I think was $8 or $9. So it's lasted me 7 months. Milani is a great competitor to e.l.f. They are discount makeup brands that truly give you high-end results for discounted prices. And I think that's very, very important in the makeup industry, because not everybody can spend just exorbitant amounts of money on their makeup. And Milani and e.l.f. do a great job of making that available to you based upon your income restrictions. We're using a concealer brush here, and we're just stippling this into the skin. I do take it up onto my lids as well to correct any discoloration that I may have in my lids, which I don't generally have any unless I'm very, very tired. And we're just putting it sort of in the T-zone where you want the lightness to come through in your complexion. Oops, my lights are flickering. Of course, Texas has this energy problem where our grids seem to fade in and out on us all the time. Okay, so we've got that on. So those are my wet products. That's what I put on that are wet in the mornings. Now, what do we do from this point? I like a very matte finish. I am not one of the really big enthusiasts for a wet complexion. For me, I don't find that attractive, but that's just me. You may find that attractive. It's just not me. So what I then do is I come through either with my loose setting powder, which I have a Laura Mercier loose setting powder that is pink, or I come in with my Revlon 24-hour Color Stay pressed powder. And I'm taking that and I'm sealing up my complexion with my powder puff. And for me, especially here down in the Houston area, we are so humid that if I don't do that, I feel like I look like I'm hot and sweaty. And that's not something that I want my appearance to look like. So I do mattify my complexion. Alright, we're going to put some lipstick on. My lips are very dry. Going to put on a House Labs lipstick. This one is the House Labs Mauve. It doesn't look mauve, but trust me, it is mauve. It looks orange on the computer, but it's not. It's definitely a mauve, a true mauve, which I like very much. Computers have a tendency to blur and skew colors, and so don't go by what it looks like here. It is definitely a true, subtle, supple mauve. Even the pen, when I put it up to it, looks orange. It is not. It is a true mauve, so sorry about that. Okay, next product. You know, I am a very set in the ways kind of person, and for a long time I tried not to fall into the trap of all of these brow products. I felt like a lot of them were just expensive products that you could get the same look with a powder. And so I have always used a powder because I have the best control on the powder. But now, after several of you reached out to me and said, you know, you really need to try this product, I went and I got the Benefit Brow System. And I got it from Macy's. It's not terribly cheap, but I had a coupon which made it affordable for me. And so I tried it about a week ago, and I love it. It's easy. The pencil is so easy to control. It's very fine, so I can definitely control where I'm placing the color and how I am shaping the brow. And for me, that's amazing, because I don't have a steady hand with those type of products. That would also include eyeliner. I just have never been able to have a steady enough hand that I could draw with eyeliners. So I have just always used powders because I can control them and they're easy to fix if I make a mistake. And then I found this product because you guys recommended that I try it, because some of you have the same type frustrations when you do your brows. So thank you for giving me that encouragement to try to find and use a more up-to-date product. And I am truly blown away by how easy this system is. So what you do is you take the pencil and you draw your lashes on. Sorry, you draw your brows on. And then you come back in with the spoolie to soften the color up and to comb your hairs. Diffuse that color a little bit so it becomes a softer look. I just brush them. This really does smooth out the pencil color that you've just placed on your brows. Then the next step is the wax. And this is the product that scared me the most, because I thought, I don't know if I can control that because I don't have a really steady hand. And the amazing thing is, the wand does that for you. It's very lightweight. All you have to do is just lightly comb your brow hairs, and the wax gets on those and makes them show up individually, which is great because that's the new look for brows. It's the modern look. Very soft. What I have found is that soon, after using this wax, I realized that pretty soon I'm going to have to trim my eyebrows, and I never thought that would happen. Never, because I come from a generation where we plucked our eyebrows all the time. We had very skinny brows for a very, very long time, which was the result of the 70s. And it took a really long time for the fashion industry to change that look. So a lot of people just pluck their eyebrows to the point where they can't get them to grow. I fortunately did not, and so mine have naturally, over the course of, I would say, the last 10 years or so, have naturally grown back in and become much thicker. So that's the wax. Now, the third product in this system is the tiny color wand. It's like the brow mascara. So what it does is it fills in any missing sections of color, and it finalizes and sets that brow in the position that you have it with the wax. It's a very, very tiny, tiny, tiny brush, and you just come over. I start at the inside portion, and I go backward towards my ear. And I'm just stunned how easy this system is and how amazingly pretty they look. Never ever thought I would be able to use a product that I could get my brows to look this nice. So I guess the lesson here is you are never too old to make a change that's going to improve your overall appearance. You just have to be willing to try to make the change. And I will admit, I just was stuck in a rut and didn't want to do that. And then I got really nice, sincere messages from some of you in my community, and so I thought, well, you know, I got to at least try. You made the effort to reach out to me, so I've got to at least try to see if I can use the products, and now I love it, and I won't probably go back to powder until I run out and have to go get some more. So that is one of my favorite new products for the year. All right, obviously I'm wearing pinks today, so one of the biggest places for people to purchase makeup now at discount prices, severely discounted prices, is through Tamu or Sheen. And I was skeptical about purchasing from them because I was afraid that I was going to have an allergic reaction to the products because they're an overseas brand. This one is spelled Dikalu, and as you can see, it is a very pretty pink pastel palette. And what I'm astounded by, to be quite honest with you, is how wonderful the formulas are, how long the eyeshadow lasts. I thought I would definitely have to, throughout the day, come back in and touch up because it was at such a discounted. I mean, this palette was $3. Okay, now I know you can find those type of bargains here in the continental United States. I understand that. But generally, in my experience, you don't find the really nice colors here. They're normally, for that kind of discount, they're normally the way out, far out colors that I would never wear. So I thought, well, I'm just going to try it. And I am truly astounded at how good these palettes are. For $3, how are you going to beat that? So what I'm doing, because as you can see, I have very dark brown eyes. So let's talk about that for a second. Color of eyes and how to accentuate dark brown eyes, any darker color eyes. When you put a lighter color around a darker pupil, you're always going to get that pupil to pop out, right? So you want to be careful when you're choosing colors to help accentuate that, to make your eyes pop. You don't want your eyes to sink backwards, because then it just looks like you have this dark area on your face. So you want to make sure that you're using complementary lighter colors, even blues. Blues for a brown-eyed person are just, it's an amazing combination because it is on the opposite side of the color wheel. And so when I put a blue eyeshadow on my brown eyes just stick out and pop out because I'm on the opposite end of the color wheel. Now what I'm doing is I'm taking a eyeshadow pencil. It's a cream pencil. It's not dry. It's a very silky, soft formula, and this is a packet of pencils that I purchased from Amazon. I think they were, I don't even know. I got like 15 pencils for $10, $12, something like that. And what I'm doing is I'm taking this darker pink and I am outlining my eye. So I'm giving my eye an opportunity to be seen because I'm putting a very light color and I'm taking the natural shape of my eye and I'm outlining it. And I want to make sure to do that because to make your eye look bigger, you want to extend your eyeshadow up into your bone right here because that extends the dimensions of your eye socket. So your eye socket is going to look bigger. It's not going to look like it's sunk back in. Then you'll see in a minute I'm going to take a little bit darker color and I'm going to extend it here into just this tiny 1/3 section of my eye. And it's this V section here where the end of your lids join your bottom section, and we're making a triangle with the darker color. The reason we're doing that is we're making the eyes then extend outward from your nose, right? We're going to make them look like they're extending this direction from your nose out to your temples. And you do that with just a little bit darker color. Today I'm actually using like a taupe color. And what I'm doing is I'm just going to this very outer corner, and I'm making a C. Making a C from the crease here down to where my lower and upper lid connects. So it's literally a C. This gives you the look that your eyes are further set out. And that's what you want when you have darker eyes, so they don't look like they're set backwards. Now, you can do that and you can get a very, very sultry look, especially an evening look where you want to use a darker color, and you can certainly do that. You're going to get this very dark, sultry, sexy look if you use a darker color palette on your eyes. And for me, I would only do that in the evening times, but you can definitely do it with purples and blacks and even browns if you want a really, and I would definitely tell you, if you're going to do that, make sure you're blending your colors out so you don't have any harsh lines anywhere. It is a very, very, very nice look. You just have to make sure that you are blending those darker colors out to prevent any harsh lines. Alright, so fallout. Another thing about this palette is there's hardly any fallout, which is truly amazing. Normally with discounted products you find a lot of fallout. There's hardly any fallout from this palette. So what I do to pick up that fallout is I take my setting powder and I just come underneath and sweep it all off. This also helps to brighten the under eye. Just put it on and then sweep it off. Another trick too, and most people, I don't know if most people are aware of this, I wasn't for a very long time. You want to make sure that you're giving, especially if you have darker eyes, you want to make sure that this area right here has no dark shadow. So to prevent that, I take my setting powder and I pick up a brush, eyeshadow brush, and I just make sure that I'm adding that color, that powder, to the intersection here to ensure that there is no dark shadow. That will help prevent your eyes from looking like they are sunk. I don't know what's going on with my lights today, but they are definitely having struggles. Might be from the people across the street who are on a Sunday morning at 9 o'clock cutting down trees. Isn't that special? Alright, now let's see. What do we got left to do here? We've got contour and blush. And I forgot my contour, so let me get that out. I do very much love this contour product. It's Milani. We've talked about them and how great a product line they are because they're a discount line. Their formulas are also just remarkable. This is a brand new palette. The one I had before, I had it for well over a year. So they last a really long time. You can use this as contour, bronzer, and as eyeshadow. So what I do is just load up my brush, and I am creating a shadow. I'm accentuating my cheekbone by putting a shadow on it with a contour color. Okay, so let me show you. Let me get this one right here, and you can actually see it when you look forward on. So you look between here and here, and you can definitely see a shadow, and that's what you're trying to do. Then you want to come down underneath your chin, and you want to accentuate the natural shadow that you get from the sunlight when the sun hits your face. So this and this are the same color, and then you have just a little bit of difference right here on your chin line. Make sure you're blending that real well though, because you don't want to see a dark line across your chin. That's just really, really unattractive. It's like not blending foundation. Really, blend your foundation. All right, then we're going to come in with Christian Dior's famous Backstage Rosy Glow blush. This is the blush that went viral, that everybody wanted to have. It's a very unique color. It's a very, very, I think, youthful color. It just gives you this beautiful natural flush to your skin, and it is by far my favorite blush, for sure. All right, so now that that's all done and my face is technically done, I'm just going to pick up my powder puff and set everything, make sure that we don't have any dark lines or harsh lines anywhere. No fallout. Finish up on your forehead, down on your neck. Eyelash curler. One of the most amazing products ever designed for makeup. I have very light, straight eyelashes. Very light, very straight. So if I was to put mascara on and not curl my lashes before I put the mascara on, you wouldn't see them. They are that fair and they are that light. So for me, I have to curl them to get any definition or to really even be able to see the lashes that I do have. And I am using one of my top 3 products for eyelashes. This is Maybelline's Sky High, that also went viral and caused all sorts of controversy with social media influencers, which I don't understand, but that's a whole different conversation that we're not going to waste our time on today. What I do very much like about this product is I like the wand. It is a smaller, hard bristled wand that gives you the opportunity to comb and separate each individual lash, and it coats each individual lash. So you get this really pretty, full extension to your eyelashes. It also comes off like a dream, which for me is one of the most important things about mascara, is I don't want to have to use any sort of special products to get my mascara off. Soap and water, if it doesn't come off with soap and water, I'm not going to continue to use it. This one does, because it's a tubular mascara, which means it makes a tube around each lash, and then the water, when you put the water on it, dissolves it. That saves any tugging or pulling on your lashes, which can, if you do that long enough, ultimately is going to affect the amount of lashes that you have and how fast your lashes grow back in. Most people don't realize that. I only know that because I had an experience from my weight loss surgery where I lost all my lashes, and I did a lot of research into how to get my lashes to come back, and what to do, what I shouldn't do once I had my lashes back in. And that is the one thing that you should not do, is pull your lashes. So we're just taking it, starting at the bottom. When you start at the bottom, it locks the mascara formula onto the lash, and it keeps that curl all day. I generally do one coat first on the top, and then I go to the bottom, and if I feel like the top is not full enough, then I'll put a second coat on it. But with this product, generally I don't need a second coat, especially if it's just, a normal day and I don't have meetings and that sort of thing. All right. Very nice. Final step is just to put some lip gloss on. This is Christian Dior's product, which is a new product that I do like. It is a moisturizing lip gloss. Tastes very good. It tastes like peppermint, spearmint, something like that. It's very nice, and it lasts quite a long time. Puts moisture back in my lips, which is great. Alright, that's it for today. So those are my go-to everyday products that work the best for me. Just because they work for me doesn't mean they're going to work for you. So I would encourage you, for sure, if you're trying a new product, make sure you do a skin test first of all, so you know you're not going to be allergic to it. That's really important. Try to find you a sample